What's up, Titanfall fans? It is PiLoTPaYn here, coming at you with a, well, I don't know what to call it. I guess a commentary, but it's not really a commentary. It's more of a little tips and tricks video. More of like what I use as my class setups in competitive games and stuff like that for my Titan and Pilot loadouts. So yeah, let's get into it. So for my Pilot loadouts, I generally have a couple classes, and I'll get into it. Oh, that one's messed up. So we'll go over that one. Anyways, for this one, this is my slaying class. For when I'm like in just full out slay mode. Not really so much worried about objectives. Like if we're playing hardpoint, I usually like to like slay outside of the like spawn kill or whatever I can to like keep them from entering the hard points and stuff like that. This is a great class because I like to run the 101, R101C carbine. It's personally my favorite gun, besides the CAR SMG, but I'll get into that later. I run the HCOG extended mag. I like the HCOG because it's just simply the best overall sight. I know a lot of people like to use the iron sights, or they use the what's that sight called? Let's go to it. They like to use the hollow sight, and I don't know why. I don't like it. I've tried them all. ACOG, honestly, you are clueless if you use this. I don't know why you would use this. There's no way in a competitive setting where you're going to be sitting back and using this high of a magnification, honestly. And not only that, but you're probably going to lose a lot of gunfights up close because of the simple fact that just the aim down sight time is just way too slow. So I recommend using the HCOG, and I guess if you really do like to sit back, use this sight, the hollow sight. But I personally would use the HCOG or the iron sights, whatever you're most comfortable with. I know I used to like the iron sights. I used to use the iron sights, but it's just I noticed like at medium ranges mainly, I would kind of like lose my target, especially when you're playing against competitive kids. You just are wall hopping everywhere and stuff like that. It's really good for up close, and at long range it's not that bad because the target's not moving as much. Maybe, I don't know, but I personally like the HCOG. It's the most like well-rounded sight that you could use. So yeah, and then the extended magazine, that's a no-brainer. I know a lot of people like to use the suppressor, but just having that extra 10 bullets in your mag is pretty crucial. That's an extra kill if you can place your shots. And honestly, like if the other team's on point with their callouts or whatever, they're gonna know exactly where you're at anyways, even though you're not specifically on the minimap. Let's say for Angel City, you're in the second floor of Bravo and you kill some guy and he calls it out, hey, there's a guy in B2 or whatever. They're gonna know exactly where you're at anyways. So there's really no point, honestly. I wouldn't. I mean, some people might like it. I guess it depends on your playstyle, but I personally don't use one. I just don't. And then you gotta use stim, man. Like if you're using cloak, I mean, the only time I'd ever use cloak maybe is again in Last Titan Standing. If you have to eject or whatever, so you can like hide and charge rifle some titans. But if you're not using stim, I don't know what you're doing. Just having that extra speed and mobility, and also it says health regeneration boost. That's so crucial because if you get into a gunfight, you win that gunfight, but you're really weak. You hit your stim button, and then you're ready for the next gunfight, and you have full health already. It's just way too good not to use, guys. Like cloak is just, it doesn't benefit your team as much, in my opinion. Some people might argue that it helps your team fight titans, but yeah, it does. But as soon as your cloak runs out or whatever, I don't know. I guess it depends on your kind of player, honestly. Like I know some people like to use cloak. I really don't see a reason for it unless you're in Last Titan Standing. That's it, really. But yeah, I'm not gonna get too much into that. And then I use a frag grenade. Like I said, this is my Slayer class, so if I notice a dude's, peeking on a head glitch or whatever, I'll just take cover real quick, cook a grenade at the, time that I think it needs to be cooked, and I'll just throw it at him and get the easy kill. Quick reload is a must for almost every class. If you're not using this, please use it. just use it. It's honestly the most reliable and most useful tier 1 kit perk you can use. And then use Warfall Transmitter. Some people like to use Guardianship, but if you're in a competitive setting and you're not in your Titan when your Titan's on the ground, there's something wrong. Because it's just it's just a waste of a Titan, honestly. So there's no reason you should use this. The only thing I'd ever maybe use is Dome Shield Battery. So just in case, you call on your Titan at the flag, and then you die, and then you have to run all the way across the map to get to your Titan again. It gives you, some extra time to keep your Titan alive, so it can't get killed. Maybe I would use that too. But I personally like Warfall Transmitter, because that's an extra 2-3 seconds that you get your Titan faster, especially if you're playing OBJ or something like that. But yeah, and then I use the female. Oh yeah, the charge rifle. Sorry, I switched to it. I use the charge rifle. It's pretty useful. It doesn't run out of ammo. You don't have to reload it. The only thing you have to do is just charge it up and shoot. And if you can get critical hits with this thing, it does so much damage. The only problem is it's got a huge orange trail, and people know exactly where you're shooting it from. If once they hit you, you hit them or whatever. And then I use the Hammond pistol. A lot of people like to use the auto pistol. I'm personally not a fan of this thing, because I just got BS by it a lot. Like, I'll shoot people and they just don't die. I don't know. I don't like it. And the B3 Wingman's a joke. If the fire rate was a little bit better, the Wingman would be pretty good. But the Hammond pistol is just all the way around better. It's like a 3-shot kill, 4-shot kill. It's not that bad. Especially if you win a gunfight and then, you have to reload and then you have to switch your pistol and then kill another guy. It's a 4-shot kill. And so it's not that bad. Especially if you got a good trigger finger. And I got a scuff with the trigger stop, so I can shoot really fast. Really fast. Oh my god. But I can shoot really fast. Honestly, I just think it's the best pistol. So, and then I use the female character because look at this guy. Look how fat he is. Just a fat ass. Too many Twinkies on the job, Billy. Too many Twinkies. But yeah. So plus, I mean, what's under that mask? Honestly, like, come on. Let's be real here. All right. On to the next kit. This is pretty much the same thing as my other class, except it's made for smaller maps, and that's pretty much it. It's made for smaller maps. I honestly think the Sidewinder is better on smaller maps. It does more damage, because, like, for a map like Training Ground or Nexus or, a bigger map, Fracture even, I would definitely use the charge rifle because there's so many like high places you could sit. But on maps like Angel City and stuff like that, where there's so many buildings that a Titan could just take quick cover after he gets hit with one crit hit or something like that, the Sidewinder you can just another good map for the Sidewinder is honestly Rise, because you could just sit up top in the wall ride the top side, like in between above Bravo, or take the zips ups and everything, and you just sit up there and just Sidewinder the hell out of all their Titans or whatever. I think it works really good. And then I use the Arc Grenade. Like I said again, on small maps, I think the Arc Grenades are more effective because you're constantly running into gunfights and stuff like that, and you can screw people over pretty bad with the Arc Grenade if you place it pretty well. And then this is the same thing as my Slayer class with just the Arc Grenade. This is just in case like on a big map they get Titan control or whatever. I like to use the Arc Grenade to, like blind the other enemy Titans and stuff like that. And then this is my OBJ class. Now, this class I personally use when I'm like running flags, or on a map like Angel City or Colony, or even, damn it, what's that map called? Demeter. I like to use this map or this core class. The car SMG is just so good for raping people up close, especially with counterweight on. Makes the hip fire box so much smaller, so you can just run in, hip fire, and dip out with the flag, and yeah, it works really good. Like I said again, it's got the charge rifle, Arc Grenade, so you can just spam real quick, clear off their flag or whatever, and then just dip out. Everything else is pretty much the same. Now this class, I think I was experimenting. I didn't really check my classes before I started recording, but this is for Last Titan Standing. So let's make this class real quick. So if I was to make a last Titan standing class, I would use the Spitfire LMG with Slammer, which I don't have unlocked, but I would use it. And then I'd use Cloak, Tactical Ability Cloak, yeah, and then Ordnance, Arc Grenade, because you can't use satchels in competitive. And then I honestly don't know if maybe I'd use Quick Reload for the simple fact that, well, no, Slammer. I don't know what I would use, but maybe I'd use Stealth Kit so no one can hear me. Cause Titans, you can still hear footsteps in Titans, or Power Cell, so I can constantly use my cloak more often. And then Charge Rifle. That's pretty much it on Last Titan Standing. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. I know it is kind of long and boring and whatnot, but it is time to eject. It's time to eject. If you guys have any questions on like what class setups you recommend using, like I said, at OBJ class, Slayer classes, smaller map Slayer classes, stuff like that, just drop me a comment and I'll try to answer as best as I can. Or if you totally disagree with me, that's cool too. I want to hear what you guys think of, like why you disagree and stuff like that. But yeah, I hope the quality's improved, guys. I've been, adjusting my render settings and I'm up the quality on my videos. So please leave a like if you like the quality. And yeah, alright guys, time to eject from the video. Bye!